So my name's Elan. I'm a professional storyteller. It's my first time here, and I thought I'd tell you guys about, of all things, a clothing company I started a few years ago with some friends. Started it because of this guy, strangely. This is not a political talk. I don't care your feelings on him one way or the other, but when George Bush was elected for his second term, it was a really polarizing event for a lot of my friends and people in my age group, because people were really pissed off. And when I would ask them why they're upset, they would list out all the reasons, and then I would, of course, follow up with, well, who did you vote for? And the answer was always, well, I didn't vote. And I got really frustrated. And so I did what anyone would do. I started a clothing company. And the way this clothing company worked, we produce mostly t-shirts, really cool looking shirts, sort of a street skater punk mentality, stuff that we'd be really proud to wear in public. But the trick with every one of these shirts is that embedded in them somewhere was a secret code or hidden message. And we put these codes in all kinds of different ways. Sometimes you had to fold a shirt in a certain way, you had to get a shirt hot or cold, or get it near another shirt. We used thermal inks, infrared inks, glow-in-the-dark inks, all kinds of crazy stuff to embed these secret messages in these shirts and create a little activity around each one. If you could figure out the secret code in your shirt, you would just take it to our website and enter it in. And a movie would start playing, a little 2-minute movie. We made a lot of movies. We made one movie for every single shirt in the line. And they all fit together like a puzzle. And it told a story. And it told a story about this woman who was part of a band, and a member of the band was murdered, and she'd been framed for it. And now all of a sudden she was on the run from the law for a crime that she didn't commit, and she really needs your help. And before you know it, you're knee-deep in a murder mystery told exclusively through these shirts, which was a really nice business model, because if you want to know what happens next, go buy another shirt. It got picked up in a lot of places. It got a whole lot of coverage, which was really fun, a lot of press. I even convinced some friends of mine who work on CSI to put us into one of their episodes, which was really fun. However, this whole thing was supposed to be about this guy. Here's how this worked. The story... All right, let's move on. The story that people would discover embedded in these shirts was, like I said, the story of a band. Here's the members of our band. What players started to figure out, which we never explicitly told them, was that this was actually a story of the founding fathers of the United States. Every member of the band was a metaphor for a historic counterpart. Adam was, of course, John Adams. Lynn is Benjamin Franklin. On and on it went. And our story of this band matched, beat for beat, the story of the founding of the United States. And we never told the players this. They slowly started to piece this together. They figured out the murder. They figured out who was actually responsible. They figured out the metaphor of the evil, oppressive record label called King George Records. And without us really ever needing to be overt about it, they started to form rock the vote parties, and they started canvassing their neighborhoods. And they started realizing that this story that they were caring so passionately about was teaching them the story of a much, much more important lesson, something that they could talk to their friends about, and something that they could predict what was going to happen next in the story, and then see sort of our flavor of that same story. And so for the next election, for my age demographic, there was the largest turnout in history. And I'd like to take 100% full credit. Thanks very much.